Hi, welcome to a Creative Corner with Pernilla, and yeah, obviously I'm Pernilla, and this will be kind of a new beginning for me. I have made some knitting podcast or handmade podcast before, but in Swedish, and for a lot of reason I have started to do content in English because it just felt like the natural way for me to go in the moment, and therefore I decided. It's been like 2 months, I think, since my last Swedish knitting podcast, and yeah, I felt like well, I can do a new beginning this autumn, or autumn. Some would argue that this isn't autumn, but soon to be autumn or late summer. It always feels like a new beginning for me in the late summer. One part is because my birthday is tomorrow, the 21st of August, and I mean, a birthday, isn't that always like a new beginning? And also the routine of always starting a new school year. And yeah, well, tomorrow I'm gonna start a new school year at a new school. I have taken, for those that have been around and watched my Swedish podcast, they know that I have studied 1 year at the university, but now I'm going to take a break from that and go a year at a people high school. I have studied at this people high school before, but now I'm gonna do a new course that I haven't studied before. So tomorrow, at my birthday, I'm gonna start a new year at the people high school, and I'm gonna study painting. So I'm gonna paint for a whole year, art paint, and yeah, I'm super excited for this. At the university that I have taken a break from, I studied economics, and specifically economics with accounting, and it did well. It did very well, but I didn't really like the way you studied at university and like the environment that was in the economic class. I mean, I'm a very creative person, but I actually really like doing economics. Yeah, but I felt I needed a break. It was an intense year, and it was intense for some other reason as well. But I decided I needed a year off from the university. So now I'm taking a year studying at the people high school and doing some art stuff instead. So yeah, besides that, well, obviously I'm a creative person, and I thought this podcast, not just being a knitting podcast, I'm gonna show a lot of creative stuff, and well, probably naturally I'm gonna show some painting stuff since I'm gonna study a year with painting. But I also do some other creating stuff, creating stuff. But I think, yeah, I don't know if I should do a bigger presentation than that. Now you know the recent happenings in my life with school and me turning 32 tomorrow, and I'm actually thinking that I should have a giveaway since this is a new beginning with an English podcast. But I'm going to talk about that a little bit further on because yeah, I have a special thought with that giveaway. But the giveaway will be a celebration for this new English podcast, and also a celebration because I have my birthday tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna start with what I'm knitting on, and actually I just knit on 2 things at the moment, but after today I will be knitting on at least 3 things, maybe 4, depending on if I gonna feel the urge to cast on a test knit. I'm gonna. Oh, maybe I also should introduce that. Okay, for those that are new to my channel here, I have my own business as a yarn dyer. Good to clarify that, because a lot of the yarns I'm gonna show is my own hand dyed yarn, and some of the patterns, most of the patterns, is my own patterns because I'm also a knitwear designer. So I run my own business as a yarn dyer and a knitwear designer. Yeah, thought it was good to explain that before I start showing all the stuff I've made. So the things I'm working on, I can show the first thing that's almost done, and this is not my own, sort of my own design, but I haven't made it a design, but it's not my own yarn. So I'm knitting a cardigan, just a plain black cardigan, and yeah, it's almost done. I'm gonna see if I can put it on. The needles are quite good length. Yeah, I think I can without dropping any stitches. It's a bit tight in the arms, but I'm always experiencing that my arms grow very big on my sweaters. And yeah, I haven't knitted a cardigan before, but when I knit sweaters, my arms always get super big after a while because I always pull them up and wear them like this. So I don't mind the arms being a bit tight because I know they're gonna grow out. And we will see. I'm started with the ribbing at the bottom. I don't know if you can see the ribbing clear. Yeah, I have done maybe 3 centimeters of the ribbing at the bottom. I'm thinking about doing a quite long ribbing. So not super long cardigan, but a little bit longer than normal. I was thinking that when I'm sitting down, I don't want to sit on the cardigan, so it's just going to be above my bottom, so I don't sit on it when I'm sitting down. And where did the yarn bow go? So I'm just have the rib. So I just have the ribbed part down here, and then I have to pick up stitches and do the neckline. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna do with buttons, not bottoms. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do with buttons or if I'm just gonna leave it an open cardigan, but I'm gonna do ribbing around the opening. So this one is almost done, and the yarn I'm using is Clara by Permin. Yeah, Clara by Permin, and it's a mix with 55% wool and 45% cotton, and it's a bit not so heavy, but it definitely a bit heavier than if it had just been a wool cardigan. But I don't mind the weight of it. It's not too heavy, and yeah, I have felt that I really need a plain black cardigan, and this was something I didn't want to dye and knit with my own yarn because I really want a plain black cardigan. If I would dye some yarn black, it would be a very mixture of color. It's really hard to dye a really plain black yarn without it being so much color in the yarn that it will leak color when you wear it or when you knit it or when you wash it and so on. So for this I actually bought some yarn, and yeah, it felt easier to do that. And also I like to knit with yarns that isn't my own, because yeah, sometimes it feels like I get stuck or it feels boring to knit with only my own yarn all the time. So yeah, I like to switch it up and use some other yarns. I always want at least one project going on that's with yarn that's not my own. So the pattern for this cardigan, I started out, I don't remember, it was a free pattern from Ravelry, and I don't remember the name of it because I only did a cast on, and the division for where to put the raglan stitches. And then when I kept reading the padding, I was like, no, I don't get it. This don't seem logical for me. So I just used the cast on amount of stitches and division of the raglan, and then I knitted it in the way I wanted for myself. So yeah, it's my own pattern, but I haven't written down a pattern. But I'm actually need some more cardigans, so I'm in the mood for, like, when I'm done with the patterns I'm working on, maybe I'm up for doing a pattern for a cardigan. Yeah, but that's I have to put in the future, because I have some pattern I'm working on now, and I'm gonna show my next work in progress knitting. And it's I have just done the collar and the short rows for the neck, so it's not so much to show, more than yeah, my color choice. And I'm gonna show the finished one, because I have already made this. Gonna be a sweater, and it's my own design. And the first one I did as a birthday gift to my husband's sister, and here you have it. Yeah, this two-colored yoke. Do you say that? Oh, I got unsure. So you have to bear with me that English is not my native language, and I'm not 100% familiar with all the English knitting terms. But yeah, anyhow, this is a raglan sweater, and I have knitted it for my husband's sister as a birthday gift, because she have turned 40. And last year my husband's other sister turned 40, and then I started that, when they turn 40, I'm gonna knit something for them. So they have to choose for themselves what they want me to knit, and then I dye some yarn for it and knit it. And both have chosen sweaters. But the first sister, I knitted a pattern that someone else had made, but the second sister, I decided that I'm gonna do my own pattern and knit to her. So it ended up being this, and I have written down the pattern, and this is the first one, and now I'm doing the second one. And it was really hard the other day when I dyed yarn for my own sweater, and it's gonna be called Sussie's sweater, because that's the nickname of my husband's sister that will see this as a birthday gift. But the hard part was, now when I'm gonna knit one for myself, I really like this color combination that she have chosen, but I don't want to knit an exact copy of her sweater. I want to use some other colors. And after a lot of thinking, I ended up, now you're a bit too close. I don't know, where should I put you? Maybe here? Yeah, that will do. So I ended up with this blue-greenish color, and then I actually just dyed up the same brown color. So yeah, I will try to finish my own sweater, so it's done around middle of September, because then I'm gonna do a call for test knitters, and I'm gonna do a call for test knitter for the Swedish pattern, because when I do patterns, I always do the pattern in Swedish first, and then have test knitters, and then when I know the pattern is okay in Swedish, I do a translation to English. So I'm gonna do a call for test knitters, hopefully in middle of September, when I'm done with my own, and I have checked myself in the pattern if I can find some errors from when I've written down while I was knitting the first one. And yeah, and I'm gonna do a call for test knitters on my Instagram page, and my name on Instagram is Pernillaskreativa. That's Pernillaskreativa if you translate it. I'm gonna type it down here in the description as well. So yeah, well, this is the two things I'm working on now, a cardigan and a sweater. And yeah, this sweater is knitted in my own hand-dyed yarn, and it's a fiber combination of alpaca and merino wool and silk, and it's so cozy to wear. So I have felt a bit anxious about giving away the sweater I have knitted to my husband's sister, because it's so pretty and it's so cozy. But well, I'm working on my own now, so it's gonna feel a bit easier to give this one away. So that's the two projects I'm working on, and I'm gonna cast on for a new pattern today, and I'm gonna test knit, and it's a sock pattern, and I'm gonna use this color, and this is my own hand-dyed. Oh, I will see. The lighting is, yeah. This is a multicolored yarn. I don't know how to. The lighting probably wasn't the best to sit here with the morning sun shining in the window, but this is a multicolored skein, and this is just a warmer brown colored skein. And with these two I'm gonna start knitting a sock design I'm planning to do, and I'm planning to release this sock design in October or Socktober. I have to, okay, it's socks, it go quite fast to knit them, but I'm planning to be done with at least one sock and have the pattern written down before the end of August, and then in the beginning of September I'm gonna call for test knits there, and then I hopefully will be able to release that pattern in October. And now I'm also gonna talk about the giveaway to celebrate this a new beginning of podcast in English, and also to celebrate that I'm having my birthday tomorrow. So the giveaway is gonna be 2 skeins of my sock yarn, and it's a fiber combination with superfine alpaca, superwash merino and nylon. And as you heard, I had alpaca in this fiber combination and alpaca in this fiber combination. I have decided that the yarn I'm gonna dye for my business is always gonna contain some amount of alpaca, because I really like that fiber. So this is alpaca sock, I call this combination. And yeah, for the giveaway I will have 2 skeins of this hand-dyed sock yarn, not specifically this color, but I actually gonna let the winner of the giveaway decide what color they want, and I'm gonna dye up the color for the person that wins the giveaway. And since I'm doing a sock pattern, the giveaway will also contain the pattern for my upcoming sock design. And to apply for this giveaway, just leave a comment and maybe tell me what you're planning to knit this autumn. And if you have gotten that really, I mean, when it's going to August or the beginning of September, I really get my knitting mojo back after doing some other stuff in the summer. And yeah, I'm wondering, have you got your knitting mojo back after the vacation break over the summer? Or yeah, hopefully you have. And what are you planning to cast on and knit during the autumn? Or tell me anything else if you feel like, oh, I haven't think about that, but I want to be a part of the giveaway. But it would be nice to read if you have gotten this knitting mojo back after vacation, or maybe you never lost it. You maybe had a real knitting mojo during the vacation as well. But what are you planning to knit in the autumn? And yeah, type that in the comments and you will be attending the giveaway. And yeah, 2 skeins of my sock yarn in a color that you choose, and then also you will receive the sock design I'm releasing in October. And I will let the giveaway going on to the 21st of September, and then I will announce the winner of the giveaway in the end of September, and then I will dye some yarn and ship it. Hopefully, if the winner answers answers early enough, I will try to ship the yarn in October and also then send out the pattern. Yeah, so feel free to leave a comment and attend this giveaway. And actually, I thought, since I have these skeins and also this one, I have to wind up some yarn so I can knit with this. And I actually thought that I would show you how I wind my yarn, because I have a special tool that I have found at a second-hand store, and I think it's made in the late 1800s. Yeah, when I have Googled it, it seems to be a regular, oh my god, some words, a standard device for winding yarn at that time. Yeah, so I'm just gonna switch some places here and let you see how I wind my yarns into yarn bowls. Okay, so I have this, whatever I should call this, but I wind my yarn from this to like, yeah, this you just, I don't know this English word for this one, but I mean, hopefully if you're a knitter, you know the name of at least this one that you're winding up for a yarn bowl. And yeah, this one, I really don't know what to call it, but yeah, I just twist this one so I can pull it down like this and attach my skein on it. Oh, damn it. Come on. So, attach it and then stretch it out. And I don't stretch it too much, because then it's gonna be a bit hard to wind it up. So just enough, not too loose but not too hard. And then I'm gonna find the end of this skein. Here we have it. So I think this one is practical when I'm at home, but it's not practical if you are traveling, because it's quite huge to bring with you and you can't like fold it together. But here at home, I think it's very useful. I'm winding a lot of yarn since I'm knit a lot due to my business as a yarn dyer and a knitwear designer. So now I have attached the yarn here, and then I'm just start to winding it. And sometimes I feel like, okay, I have to twist the skein a bit so it's not getting stuck anywhere. So, okay, that's probably gonna be better. And then I try again. Yeah, and if I feel like it's a resistance, I might have to loosen it a bit so it will roll on a bit easier. And yeah, this one is the one I use when I'm winding my yarns. And what are we getting stuck on now? Oh yeah, sometimes it just gets stuck on itself. So yeah, as I said, this is very practical when I'm at home. It's easy to put on, and yeah, when you started to winding yarn, it's often goes very smoothly. The only adjustment I need to do often is like how tight I have stretched the yarn, and yeah, otherwise it almost every time goes this smooth and easy when I'm winding. But it's not practical if I have to travel away somewhere, since it's not able to fold it and make it smaller. So that's how I wind my yarn, and yeah, I have a video on my members only page where you can see when I wind a whole skein of yarn. It's like an ASMR video, and I actually have another video on my members only page where I actually let you tag along when I tie some yarn, and specifically when I dyed some yarn for my own sissy sweater. So this yarn that I'm winding, and this one, this one that I have started to knit my sissy sweater in. So if you want to see some behind the scene, no, that's not quite right. Maybe behind the work is more accurate. Yeah, so if you want to see some behind the work videos, I would highly recommend you to become a member on my YouTube. And I have 3 different stages of membership, or what to say, and it doesn't matter what stage you choose to be a part in, because all these members only videos are available for any stage on the memberships. And I also want to send a big thanks to my members. I have some members that have been members on my YouTube for, I think it must be at least 2 or 3 years, and it's like the same time as I started to have membership on my YouTube. And I just want to send a big thanks and a lot of loves, because it means a lot that you feel like it's worth to be a member on my page, that it apparently gives you something to enjoy. And yeah, I'm really have been working on under this vacation that I'm gonna start to put out more content just for members, to give back some love and show that I really appreciate that you yeah, like my content so much that you feel like you want to be a member on my YouTube. So a big thanks to all my members, and yeah, feel free to become a member. As I said, I have 3 different stages, and no matter what stages you feel like you can be a part of, it means the world to me if you want to be a member. And yeah, oh, speaking of something totally else, I forgot to show this. I intended to show this when I talked about me starting school tomorrow, but I have to show because this weekend my family was here and celebrated my birthday in advance. And my sister is, as me, a very creative and creating person, and she made some stuff for me to bring along when I start school. And I'm going to show you. This is let me see, I'm just gonna shade a bit. This is a pencil dryer for when you have painted, and you can put your pencil here so you don't put them on the table, or like put them upside down in a bottle of water, a glass of water. So do you see my logotype? For those who don't know that, my logotype for my business is a sleeping fox with some jars and a camera. And now she have made a little sleeping fox. Oh, come on, focus, please. A little sleeping fox here. And also at my logotype I have this acorn, right? From an acorn tree. Oh, now I'm really unsure if I'm saying the right name for this one. But anyhow, but she also made this to put my colors when I paint in. Oh, come on. Please stay focused there. And here she have actually made my logo and replaced the yarn with a pencil. So this is my sleeping fox, and here's also my business name. That's Pernillaskreativa. That means Pernilla's Creative. And yeah, also actually my sister helped me make my logo, because she's also very, as I said, a very creative and creating being, and she's better than me at painting. So I asked her for help, and she helped me make this logo. And I think it's so cute that she have made this set for me. And now I'm gonna start a paint school, art paint. And yeah, it's gonna make me so happy every day when I'm at school and I can look at this and use this that she made to me with my sleeping fox on them. Oh, I'm gonna be honest, when she gave this to me, I felt, I started crying a bit, because I thought it was so pretty and so nice. And yeah, I just remember that I wanted to show this for you, because they really give me so much joy, and I'm really looking forward to use them now when I start in school. But now I'm thinking that I'm actually gonna bring you with me outside a little and show some other stuff I have created this summer when we had vacation, because I don't only do knitting, and my mind is everywhere today, because now I actually remember I wanted to show you something that I have been sewing this vacation as well. I bought a fabric last year when we had vacation, and cut out some pieces to sew some pillows to our sofa. And I finished them like, I think last week. So this is such a cute fabric I bought in a store called Skroten. I don't really know how to translate that, but it's a fabric store in Sweden, like 1.5 hours drives away from where I live. And I haven't seen this fabric when we was looking around in the store. It was just when I was about to pay the fabric I have chosen out. I saw the customer before me had this one, and I was like, oh, I hope it's gonna be some left from it. And yeah, of course it was a lot left from that what do you call it, roll of fabric, I don't know, but yeah, it was a lot of fabric left, and I was like, don't put that away, because I want to buy some of that too. So finally I have made one pillow looking like this, and and this one pillow, but I didn't have enough fabric to make with this pattern on both sides, so I have actually taken fabric from an old curtain and put on the back side. So yeah, I just wanted to show these, because I'm not only knitting, I'm doing other craft stuff as well. So now I'm gonna bring you outside and show what other stuff I made during my vacation, and yeah, tag along. So one of the stuff I made during my vacation was this bench, and this one I actually have made an kind of tag along and an instruction videos of how I build the bench. I actually built 3, and this is one of them. So if you want to see how I build the bench, I will add a link to that video here. And yeah, after building 3 benches, I felt like maybe I should build something else. So, oh my god, this was bright. I built a storage box to the kids' outdoor toys. And yeah, this is filled up with toys, and actually there are so much toys lying around. I would probably have to build another box just to make sure every toy was in a box. But yeah, this will do for now. And the thing I like really like with this box is that it have a quite good height, so you can sit down on it. But it's also due for like a table to put stuff on. So not just a storage box, but also some sort of bench and sort of table. And yeah, I can show you around a bit in my garden, because during summer I like to do gardening. And yeah, here we have our plume tree, and it was so delicious plume and so many plume this year, but now they have started to go bad, as you see. You don't want to eat that. But yeah, we have eaten so much plume this year, and I'm so grateful for that. And here I have some gardening space, and I'm gonna redo this because I laid these rocks here. I think I laid them here last year, but I didn't use any protection against the weeds that's coming up here. So I'm actually thinking, because it's really hard to pull away all the weeds, that I'm gonna pull up all the rocks and just let it be grass, so it will be easier to cut it down. And yeah, I have some different stuff, some that have overgrown, and yeah, some carrots still available to eat, and actually some strawberries, and like, I don't know what you call these in English, but the tiny strawberries. In Swedish we say smultron, and I think the 2 years before that we have lived here, we had been able to pick these smultron until October, and that's amazing. I don't think they regularly live that long into the autumn. Oh, we actually have some strawberries left as well. And then we have the apple tree, a bit sour apple, an old big tree, and I have to cut down some branches. I do a big cut down of branches in some days now. And then if we go over here, of course, yeah, we have kids. You can see in every garden here, if they have kids, they have a trampoline. And here is a project that I have been working on during my vacation as well, and this is something I have recorded from the beginning, and my ambition is to be able to upload a video about the process building this like flower heaven, or what to say, during, yeah, maybe later in this autumn. I'm not quite done yet for this year. I'm gonna add a small pond around here. Just need to try to get the time to do that. And in lack of something to put here, because I started with this flower heaven this vacation, and I haven't found all the flowers I want to add and all the rocks and stuff like that. I put my pumpkins plants here. So here we have a pumpkin growing. Oh, let me see if I can bring it out a bit. Not so big yet. And we have a second pumpkin growing inside of here. Oh, it's so dark inside the plant. Here we have that one. And I don't know if they have gotten any more pumpkin yet, but yeah, some small ones, yes. And then we have my greenhouse with these giant sunflowers. And I mean, like, they are so giant. I mean, look at this. Yeah, it's sick. I don't know why that got so big, and it's just one that have bloomed. I really hope the other one's gonna bloom soon. And then outside my greenhouse I have like decoration pumpkins that I'm hoping will climb all the way up and around, so it will become like a really cozy entrance into the greenhouse. And we have some here we have at least one that's quite big, but I don't know. That one didn't look so good. No, it fell off. Yeah, at least one decoration pumpkin. Oh, here we have one growing. And then we're gonna look in the greenhouse. And yeah, I did a shorter video of when I was mending my greenhouse, because this part had blown away and this part had got broken, and I mended both parts, but now this part has got broken again. But yeah, what to do? So my cucumbers, yeah, they are a little bit weak, but I have been able to pick some cucumbers already, and I don't know if this is gonna be the last one, because I don't think the cucumbers like it's a hole in the greenhouse. And yeah, and finally my tomatoes have starting to change colors, and here we have some pear-shaped tomatoes, and this was a surprise, because here we have these super huge tomatoes, and at the seed package it said, I don't know if they're called plume tomatoes in English, but if you do a direct translation from the Swedish name of those tomatoes, it's plume tomatoes. But yeah, this is clearly not plume tomatoes. These are some super giant tomatoes, but at least if they change color so they are eatable, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it was a surprise when they start to get so big. And yeah, but I always have a problem with the tomatoes, that they don't change color quick enough. It always gets too cold, and even if I bring them inside, it takes so long time for them to change color. So yeah, I mostly fill my greenhouse with cucumbers and tomatoes, and then I have some, knowing the names of plants in English, but this is some lemon smelling leaves, and this is mint, I guess you could say mint, yeah. And then I have rhubarb, but it wasn't intended to be in the greenhouse. They was growing here before, and then I have to move them, and I didn't know where to put them, so I just laid them in the greenhouse, and then they started growing here. So I'm gonna try to decide next year where in our garden I will place them. So they will have to stay here during the winter, and then next year I'm gonna place them somewhere in the garden. So I think that will be all for this first episode, and I think it's gonna sum up quite good what kind of content you can count on seeing in these podcast episodes. It's a reason why I didn't decided to call it a knitting corner, but instead call it a creative corner. Hence, I do so much more than knitting, even if dyeing yarn and being a knitwear designer is my work. I like to do so much more, and yeah, I want to share, and if I have inspired you at least a tiny bit, I will feel very grateful, and I feel I have accomplished what I'm intended to do with this podcast, because I want to inspire and make people want to be more creative and create stuff. And yeah, if you have any question about anything, just ask them down below. And remember to tell me about your knitting plans for this autumn and be a part of the giveaway for 2 skeins of my hand-dyed sock yarn and my upcoming sock design that will be released in October. And I also, once again, want to thank all my YouTube members that feel like I have something to give to them, that they feel it's worth to being a member. I so much love to you, especially those of you that have been hanging around as members for years. It means so much to me, and I really trying to do more members only content to show back how much I appreciate you hanging around as a member here. And with that said, I wish you all a lovely time, and I hope to see you soon again. Bye!